Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do a clash detection. Now, as the project manager, I'll do this. This will be my file, but I'm showing this to you so that you can do it yourself too, so that you can practice on your own. Our coordination will use the Navisworks file that I control, and I'll bring in all of yours. And when we go to VR, I'll have all the files ready and we'll link them all together and do it over there. But you should see how to do this and then know for yourself, and you can practice on your own. So the first thing we do is we append some stuff, and I need to go find the things that I need to bring in. And so those are in here somewhere, and I know I've got some HVAC work, and it should be a DWF file. There it is. And then I should append the other file that I've recently made. Of course, now these are all this will be full of all of your files, but there it goes. And so those are going to end up showing out there like that. And I'm going to save this. And so now we need another folder. For coordination files. And that's where this is going to go. This is going to be CAS-CUP. And normally they just keep going and rewriting over the top of them. But I'm going to save these one at a time. And this is going to be wet piping trunks. Basically. And we'll see if all of your wet piping trunks miss each other. So it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like, looks kind of close there. Might be a problem the way I presented this model. And so we better find out. Okay, so to do that, we need to do some work. We're going to do the clash detective. And we need to start a new test. And we're going to call this trunk test. And our rules, let's see. We're going to catch all of them. We're not going to ignore any of them. We might have to. We might have some problems within the HVAC itself or something like that. But we'll go back and we'll select them all. And we're going to go all hard. Or we can do clearance. Let's say I want a clearance of say 0.05 meters. Let's see if I can do inches. See if I can do 2 inches. Okay. And so then I'm going to select all of these against all of these. Okay. So I think that does them all. Let me run this over so I can see everything. Add test rules. Select. Oh, I need to select those. I'm holding down my control and holding down my control. So I'm going to take all of these segments and see against all of these segments. I'm just going to try to get everything. Okay, and I'm going to run the test. Oh, I got a bunch of clashes. Wow. Okay, and so I'll step through them all and find out where they are and check them all out. Ooh, what's that one? So that's a duct on a duct. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to the rules and I'm going to ignore things that are in the same file and come back and rerun the test. Okay, so now a bunch of those got resolved. by doing that, but I still have 3 clashes. I've got that clash, and that clash. I've got 3 clashes showing. And then in VR, we can go in and go find out what they are. Okay, and so those are all active. These are all clearances. We can assign them to somebody now. Okay, well, normally HVAC wins. So, but we're going to be able to decide because these are only, they're not the trunk lines, they're only the branch lines. So potentially we can make the determination when we're all together in our coordination meeting whether the HVAC is going to move up or the piping is going to move down. And so if it's the HVAC, I would assign that to, hold on, I got to be able to assign this. I know I can do it. Assign. There it is. Assign to HVAC. And we would say move up. And we might even say how far. Move up 6 inches. Okay. And after those were all done, assign. We would come back and check and see if that was enough. And if it wasn't, then we might have to do something again and move something else. So this is an iterative process. And this was just an example. We would have to see if those things actually were reasonable as we were working with each other. Okay, and then once we're done with that, we can write a report. And I'm going to do XML tabular. I think it's HTML tabular is the one that I want. And it's going to go into my coordination files, trunk test. And let's go see what that looks like when I open it up. And there they all are. There's the clashes. There's where they are. Here's who it's assigned to. We have some comments as to who actually did the assignment. Clash points, when it happened. It's a clearance clash. Okay, so we know that there was a clearance required that wasn't being met. So we're moving things up 6 inches. If we come back after that's been done, and there's still a clash, then it won't be resolved, and we'll need to go through it. And so all these other clashes were resolved, and that was basically just by saying, no, we don't need a clash with itself. Sometimes that happens, like especially here we've got stainless steel going to carbon steel. It's going to see that. It's going to see all of these as a clash of some sort. Okay, so that is how we're going to use Navisworks. We're going to try to get it clean before, or at least reasonable before we take it over to the VR, because these are not easy to see in VR either. It's really great to have this thing that makes these things, these showings for us, these results. Okay. So there we go. That's how we're going to use and do a clash detection in Navisworks.